What is going on, friends? Hipster Punchy here. We figured we're knee-deep in the COVID-19 quarantine, so I figured I would do another haul video because I actually got some movies from the Criterion 30% off sale, along with doing some pre-orders, which I'll review those when those come in. But this is actually over the course of a couple different weeks of purchasing movies from Criterion. I have some, I think, pretty not personal, but just I tried to theme out some of the ones that I got, and also just try to have fun with selecting movies from their website. Doesn't hurt that they were giving away 10% codes like candy, so let's see what I got, and I'm going to explain why I got these. Let's do this. Alright, so the first two I got, one just recently came out, and this will probably be a review in the coming weeks. The other one is actually one that, based on the director, based on what I know about what the story is about, and just because I like his other movies and I figure this will be a good watch. The first one is The Grand Budapest Hotel. I've mentioned numerous times when I've talked about this release month that this one was going to be a day one release. And the other one that I got from this cycle of orders was Bamboozled by Spike Lee. This is one that I was definitely looking forward to once they announced it and once it was hinted at in one of the cartoons. Interested to see his take on this with the New Millennium Minstrel Show. Spike Lee usually handles that with a bluntness that one can appreciate very well. So I look forward to actually seeing this. I've seen The Grand Budapest Hotel numerous times at this point. I love this movie. I adore it. I actually held off on getting it on other types of Blu-ray because I knew eventually the Criterion release was coming, so I'm glad to finally have this in my collection. So the next two are actually movies from the top 10 lists of recent Best Director winners that are actually also favorite directors of mine. First one is going to be Paths of Glory, which you can actually find on Guillermo del Toro's top 10. At this point, I think I've got most of his top 10 as far as the stuff that I believe is still in print on there. This is also a Kubrick film, so this was kind of inevitable anyway. I've heard great things about it being an anti-war film, so this, again, definitely looking forward to watching this. I may review this soon. I may wait to review this with Come and See when that comes out in a month or two. So this one, though, I'm looking forward. This is one that I've kind of slacked on getting, even in my first collection. I've been always heard great things about this, either from people who like the anti-war aspect or the people who kind of miss the anti-war aspect but think but still considered a great war movie directed by a great director. The other one is actually one that was in my previous collection, but also the main reason I picked this one was because it's actually on the top 10 of Bong Joon-Ho, and that's The Ballad of Narayama. Again, this is one that it was in my collection. I did not get to see it before I lost my previous collection, and it looks stunning. And I've actually this is one where I've actually kind of not given myself that much information about this movie. It's one where I kind of want to be as surprised as humanly possible when I do watch this one. I don't know, I just have that feeling. Usually when I do have that gut feeling, that works pretty well in my favor when I do that. So I am probably going to watch this soon because I have been itching to get it for a while. I've almost got it at a couple of the last few Barnes & Noble sales, and then I decided now with this, and now wanting to get something from Bong Joon-Ho's list that I didn't already have for this sale, I figured that was the perfect choice, and it checked a couple boxes. The next one is actually well, there was one week where I was going to do Alton Brown's top 10 and Anthony Bourdain's top 10, or either one of those. I decided to go with something from the top 10 of Anthony Bourdain because I had more from the Alton Brown list. I do also like to cook, if you see my Instagram, and those two are actually two of my favorite celebrity chefs. So I chose, and again, this is actually one that was also in my previous collection, so again, helped, and this is a great movie, but Eyes Without a Face, like, I'm happy to have this one in my collection. A great classic French horror film, and I've always loved the artwork for this. I think before I knew anything about the movie, this kind of was striking to me when I originally got this, so I'm happy this is back in. This is another one where I was very close to getting it. It had been my alternate for some movies when I did the November sale, so Again, stoked to have this one back, and I can't wait to watch this one again. And the last three of this haul, honestly, the first one, there's a couple connections here as far as why I got it. One is that I really like the show Westworld. I've been watching that and finally caught up. And that's Walker, which has Ed Harris, which I've heard that this may have been something that was a factor when they decided to hire him as William in Westworld. I actually, if I had recorded this video sooner, I would have probably also recorded a review of this in time for the Westworld season finale, but I'll probably still do one at some point. This is a different one for me because this actually is a non-Blu-ray release, so it's one that I had to get the DVD because I don't know when they're going to eventually release it on Blu-ray or if, because let's be honest, the collection's expansive. If they're going to upgrade something to Blu-ray, it's going to be something that's got a much older DVD release than something like Walker. So again, glad I have that in there. I can't wait to watch it. I also like Alex Cox's films. I'm a big Repo Man fan. I like Sid and Nancy, so this one I feel like is going to be right down my alley, especially considering it's definitely an Alex Cox film from everything I've read about it. The next one is a Luis Buñuel film, The Exterminating Angel. This one, it's a political commentary piece. It's also a messed up surrealist piece, so obviously I was going to get this one. I like Buñuel's work, either his more straightforward stuff like Belle de Jour or some of his more experimental stuff and everything in between. So this one was a natural select pick for me, and this, again, is something that I'm watching very soon because, again, I definitely need to have experience watching this. Sounds like it's more along the lines of Simon of the Desert as far as not tone, but more so structure. There's a little bit of there's a little bit of isolationist in there, on a bigger scale than Simon of the Desert, but still, I'm definitely curious to see what this brings forward for me. And the last one that I got on this set of purchases for the current 30% off sale, which has now been extended through May 31st, and let's be honest, will probably be extended again if this situation continues, because this is probably doing great business for them, especially considering their main online competitor, Amazon, is kind of pushing back the priority for the movie purchases. And another one I got, this is one, again, I'm trying to build up that first 100 spines because I do want to eventually start the first 100 series that I've been talking about for a while, and everything that I can get to build that up that's at least not out of print while those are on sale helps me in the long run. In this case, it's Akira Kurosawa's High and Low. Everything I've heard, it's a great film. This is one that I do need to see. It's also one that was on the old collection. My old one was pretty expansive. I don't think it's as expansive as the one that I have now, but I like the fact that I can patch another hole. It's Kurosawa, so I know it's going to be great, and it's a first 100. If you remember my Criterion flash sale video from a couple months ago, this was one that I actually almost ordered then, but it was sold out. So once I saw that this was in stock during this sale, I jumped on it. And again, this will probably be, again, if I do the first 100 in order, this will probably be a while, but I may, if I do that series out of order, this might get bumped up a little sooner. Don't forget, this sale is going on through May 31st, but keep an eye because it may be extended. I think it has been like twice already at this point. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell. Also, follow me on social media, Hipster Punchy at Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I actually have Letterboxd on my iPhone now. I didn't for a little bit, and that's going to make me update that way more frequently. Definitely say hi in the comment section below, and I'm still extending the question from the last video, which was, do I do the Godzilla box set or do I do the Bergman box set? Right now, the Bergman box set is presently in the lead. You know what? That kind of caters to my masochist end of me, that little bit there, because right now we're in a quarantine, which is horribly depressing, and a lot of Bergman's work is upbeat, to say the least. So again, enjoy your weekend, guys. See you guys, and for those of you who subscribe to the Daisuke channel, I'll see you guys in the film club today or on Saturday if you guys were there. All right, have a good one. See you.